The top 5 muscle groups that women notice first on a man. The number one key detail of me ranking all of these muscle groups and what approves it is going to be frame and aestheticness. So let's waste no time and let's get right into the video. Our number one is going to be shoulders. Look, every man's shoulders shows their frame, shows their dominance, and shows that they're basically an alpha male. I mean, every guy who has good shoulders looks like an athlete or basically looks like, the genetic phenom. I actually saw one of these guys on YouTube run a test and asking different types of women what type of muscle group do they prefer or what type of muscle group do they notice first on a man. And guess what? The majority of them said shoulders, because the shoulders shows aestheticness and shows a sense of comfort, which biologically women look for first in a man. So there's 3 parts in your shoulders, right? The front delt, lateral delt, and rear delt. The best exercises for the front delt are some type of pressing movement, whether it's shoulder press, it could be dips, it could be, bench press, but a lot of guys don't train that part individually because it's already getting trained during your pressing movements. But your lateral delt, which is your side delt, gives you like the 3D look, and the only exercise I would prefer is some lateral raises. And the non-negotiable is the rear delt. A lot of guys don't train their rear delts, that's why their shoulders don't look full. But I recommend doing reverse pec decks, right? Just get on the pec deck, sit down, and just bust out as many as you can, usually in the higher rep ranges. Alright, number 2, lats. Look, your lats are going to be the number one key factor of asserting your dominance. Almost every guy I pass by, at the mall, at the gym, just in public, they're always walking like this to show that, they basically have good lats. But yeah, most guys will say, oh yeah, bro, but no one's going to see your back. But the lack of aestheticness is going to show if you don't have a good back. This is essentially going to pair with your shoulders, giving you that V taper, and that's what makes you aesthetic. The best exercises I actually recommend is weighted pull-ups, which I've been doing forever, and a type of row variation. Alright, number 3, abs. Look, I would actually say this is the number one key factor in sex appeal itself. Every single time I posted on Instagram a picture with my shirt off, the number one thing women saw was my abs. Not my arms, not my chest, my abs. It shows leanness, it shows discipline, and it doesn't show that you're a fat fuck. The best exercises I would recommend is a type of crunch variation, if it's with the weight or if it's with a cable. And my all-time favorite, leg raises. Number 4, triceps. The number one thing people look at in general when they determine how big or how strong you are is your arms. And they might not know what muscles they're looking at, but they definitely know where that size is coming from. And that's usually your triceps, because your triceps take up 70% of your arm, which makes your arm look a little more fuller, and it basically has more of the mass. I'm not saying go skip biceps on your next arm day or your next pull day, but I'm saying train your triceps more often and use more mass builder variations. I personally do weighted dips a lot and push downs. Trust me, you would thank me if you do those. Last but not least, number 5, your forearms. Nobody might tell you this, but your forearms are the most complimented type of muscle group if it is, face to face or like on a date with someone. A lot of them said they like my forearms because, I worked on them. I personally do calisthenics on the side, and they were always vascular and they were pretty good size. If you deal with a lot of heavy weights, then this is obviously going to build up your forearms no matter what. And I wouldn't say you have to do any direct training unless you want them to be bigger or you're just naturally fat. But of course, dead hangs and wrist rolls will help. Alright boys, I hope y'all like this video. Tell me if y'all want to see more videos like this. I have my own personal workout program below, no BS. I go through every single thing I do in the type of weights I've lifted at 1540 body weight. So see y'all later boys, peace out.